Hey, it's Bob Doyle here. Thanks for watching the replay. All 700,000 of you. It's really a lot. Andy Lamb is back in the room. Birch and Fig Kim has joined. Melanie Dulg is... It's not Dulg, it's Gary. But anyway, Melanie, good to have you here. All right, so look, here's the thing. There's still only 3 people here, so something... You did a screenshot. That's right. Hold on. Copy of my book, which is, now several years old. Actually, that came out in 2010. However, there's some relevancy to it, which I was going to share with people. Thank you for inviting followers, Melanie. I don't understand what's going on. What did I do to Periscope? Truly, I've been so excited about Periscope this weekend because there's so much I want to do. More technology fun, a lot of ukulele stuff, because the other day, I did a Periscope where I restrung my ukulele. And Phyllis is here, and Natasha has joined us again. Thank you for being here. I gotta wait a little bit and see if we can get some more people in the room. I just don't understand what's going on. Yeah, and now that ukulele sounds like it's brand new. I've had such a good time playing it since I did that. All right, so look, maybe people just don't, maybe it's the title, right? Maybe there's just not in it enough for the viewers. It's pretty self-promoting, isn't it? Hey, Essential Goddess is here. Hey, it's me. I'm going on tour. Hooray for me. So it's a little too self-serving. Is that what it is? Maybe I'm just excited. I didn't mean to do it that way. Emily, hi. Welcome. Good to see you. So I was sitting here bemoaning the low turnout today, but then I also realized that perhaps it's the title or perhaps it's other things. I know, but I always do my scopes at this time of day. Yeah, I always do my scopes at this time. All right, so let me just get to the point. So, and maybe a lesson will come out because I have a fun idea, but I was hoping more people would be in the room. A fun idea with this book and this scope in just a minute. So this book, obviously written by me back in 2010, is my last book. I've got another one in the works up here, putting a proposal together for my publisher. He's been after me for quite a long time. Yes, that's right. You're here, and that is all that matters. The right people are here, I hope. So look, here's the thing. The reason I have this and 5 other copies of this book is that as the URL, the works, can I call it the works? Damn it, I don't know what you mean. I sure wish I did. Anyway, so there's this tour called the Breakthrough Live Tour, and I've talked about it. I talked about it actually at the end of last year. Back then it was called the Be the Change Tour, but now it's called Breakthrough Live. And it's the first time in years, literally years, that I've ever been on any kind of a speaking tour. And this one will take me in through Northern California. I don't have my computer in front of me, but I believe, let me see if I can remember. Crap, I can't remember right offhand. I know I start up in San Francisco and end up in Irvine, and there's stops along the way. Yes, my part is just in California. However, hi Doug, is just in California, but there's 40 of us, 40 speakers, and we're all over the country throughout the rest of this year. And my tour is March 7th through the 10th. I'm so sorry if I had my iPad with me, but here's the thing. You can go to that link there, bobdoylelikesthis.com/cbob, and what it'll do is you can then see there's a little short film that's all about breakthrough that you can see when you go there, and then you can see the tour schedule and see where everything is. There's no cost, and it enters you in a contest to win a Blendtec, a big $400 blender. So there's a lot of self-care type people in this on this tour as well. But it's all about having breakthroughs. And part of there's different levels that you can come in to go see the thing. At the VIP level, you get to come and have dinner with the speakers, get a signed copy of the book, and just basically hang out for a while. But there's other levels of this too. But I'm definitely excited about that. So because I love meeting people in real life. Periscope has been awesome. And I would love to see, I know that when I talked about this at the end of last year, thank you for the hearts, by the way, you guys. When I talked about this at the end of last year, we had some people jump in at the VIP level. Hi, Juliet. Nice to have you join us. By the way, I am enjoying some amazing coffee. You know how sometimes it just, well, come on, Kim. See, Kim and I, we need to meet. Just so you guys aren't, think she's some sort of a creeper. I've known Kim for years. And we haven't seen each other a really long time, and it'd be really super cool to hook up somehow. But all right. So anyway, so that's. I'd love for you guys to go check that out and see if it's something you can fit on your schedule. I think the whole thing's recorded. Depending on the ticket you get, you can have access to the recordings of all the speakers, and there's different offers. Not a creeper. No, she's not a creeper. But check that out. Just check it out, because I would love to meet you there. If it works out that you guys, if any of you can come out into the California area, and any of you watching the replay, which of course will be hundreds of thousands of people watching the replay. But my conversation will be, I'm just going to tell you up front. Last year it was going to be, I don't remember what it's going to be, but now it's going to be about self-care and how self-care and self-love are critical when you're working with the law of attraction. Now, I talked about this at great length on January 2nd, I think was the scope of this year, when I had my own sort of epiphany around my own self-care. And at that time, I sat right here on this couch and made a commitment to both myself and you to take on self-care in a huge way. And I committed to a better diet. I eliminated alcohol out of my life. And since that time, so what is that? I don't know, we're a month and 3 quarters. I'm at just over 23 pounds lost, and I feel great, and it's been super easy. And that's the whole difference is, and what I'm going to be talking about on stage is, what did I have to, thank you, Emily, thank you very much. One day maybe I'll look as good as you. I threw myself off on that one. Midst of my own epiphany right now. Oh, yeah. So the whole point is that it was effortless. And, when you take on something like that, I mean, that's a pretty aggressive weight loss. That's 2 pounds a week or so. Now, I've come from the fitness industry. I have specialized in nutrition in my life. So I didn't take any sort of unhealthy approach to this at all. I'm very well aware of what I need to do and my carbohydrate, and my macronutrient ratios and all of that, so that I have sustained energy level. I don't lose muscle mass and all of that. And all of my body fat has been going down along with my weight loss, which is a good sign that my body composition is I'm maintaining basically, and I'm just kind of mostly losing the fat. Anyway, that's the old personal trainer geek in me coming out. But the point is that it was easy. The point is that even I've done these physique transformation things on and off since 2000, and they're never really easy. It's about willpower and really just sticking to it and saying no to a lot of stuff and depriving myself of a lot of things. This time it didn't feel like that at all. This time it was effortless and easy, and the reason it was because of the process that I went through to get to that click, to get to that level of commitment. This was not about making a New Year's resolution. This was about looking at my life, my big vision, and looking at how my current behaviors, my current patterns would absolutely prevent me from having my dream life. And these patterns are things that I can take control over. But to take control over it to that degree, you've got to really want to do it. You've got to know why you're doing it. Otherwise, it feels like willpower. If it's just about losing weight so your clothes feel better or whatever, yeah, the big why, it's the huge why. Hi, Connie. Thanks for being here. It's the point of no return why. And when I got that through this process that I talked about on that scope back then, which is available in replay at catch.me/BobDoyleSecret or BobDoyleShow.com. Thank you. Wow, every time Emily makes a message, I lose my mind. What's up with that? You got some kind of message voodoo. All right, the why that matters. Yes, the why. So in this process of creating, looking at what my life was as of January 2nd, how things were going, the direction it was going, as compared to what was in my list of what my vision is. Hi, this Search 333. It is nice to have you join us. We're kind of in the middle of a conversation here about commitment and finding your why and all of that other stuff. But anyway, this process, if it is a very simple process, it's something that you've done a million times in your life, but maybe not, it's nice to be seen by the likes of you. Let's find out a little bit about the Search 333 and see if I can get back on track after I'm done. Can you find what you're searching for? Yes, you can, because it's in you, the best of you. Follow the inspiring, interesting scope invitations. Twitter, at the Search 333. That voiceover was provided without charge to the visitors of my Periscope. You can use that any way you'd like. Oh, if you just thought to record it. If you'd only known. Hey, look, so the point is I did lose track and I can't get back to it. But I think you understand the idea. Oh yeah, it's a simple process that you've done a million times, but it's the depth to which you take it that makes you go, oh, well, then obviously I'm never going to have this behavior anymore, because it's hitting that why must you do this, and the epiphany of the big why. And I've had the big why lots of times in my life, especially when I was taking on fitness type of things, but it still involved a different level of, okay, I got to reel myself in, I got to discipline myself. I have to say no to things I want to say yes to. And this time, there's nothing I wanted to say yes to that normally I would have, but that I had to conjure willpower for. For example, alcohol, giving up alcohol and wine. One of my favorite things is a good bottle of red wine with dinner and in between. And now I have said goodbye to that. And so at first it was like, it's habitual. Dinner is served. I just cooked something off the grill. And the first thing you're thinking is, oh, where's that wine that's going to go with this steak? And so there's that brief moment of feeling deprived, but that's just the ego kicking in. But because of the process I did, it only lasts like a split second, and I remember why I'm doing it, how I would feel on the other side of that glass of wine, and that the promise of the glass of wine is a lot different than what is actually delivered. Okay? So now it's been 7 weeks or whatever, and I hardly think about it. Now, when I take a steak off the grill, yes, I still think, oh, wine, right? But it's never like I wish I had it or, oh, only one. Nothing like that, not even close, because I've already made the connections in my mind as to what was that costing me. NyQuil count. Well, I guess it would. I don't know. Probably not, because NyQuil is not a habit of mine. It was not part of my... Marion has joined. Great segue, too, because I wanted to talk about something else that's happening today that I'm very excited about. Anyway, so I'd love to be able to share that process with you on stage and meet you in person and all of those wonderful things if you come out to that breakthrough tour, if at all possible. If not, at least check into seeing what you have to do to get access to the recordings of it or whatever they're going to do to make it available to you, because it's quite, like I said, 40 people. Like I'm on tour with JJ Virgin of the Virgin Diet, Noah St. John of Affirmations, and I'm trying to remember the other, Natalie Ledwell, Mind Movies, right? So great people. It's going to be a really fun thing. But elsewhere, later on in the country, Carol Tuttle, I think, is another one that I'm with, EFT. So there's a lot of these people. Some of these people I've never even met in person before, but of course know who they are or who have interacted with them. So to be able to share a stage with them, super exciting. Hi, Thomas. Nice to have you. So, hey, guess what else is happening today? Go ahead, guess. All right, I won't make you guess. So it's exciting for me, and Marion Marion has a direct connection to it. I've been talking about the certification program, this year's Wealth Beyond Reason certification program. Well, we went through the enrollment. It's a nice small little group this year. So sorry if you wanted to, we closed it because today we start. Today is today's the first live call. They've had their first set of assignments. Now, these are people who are being trained to coach, teach, speak, or train the law of attraction principles as we use them in all of our balanced living programs, the science-based approach and all of that. Yes, thank you very much. So we did this last year with like 20 people, and this year it's going to be a smaller group. But Marion was one of those who was certified last year, and a lot of the coaches who were certified last year are coming into the community that we've created for the new coaches and giving them support. So it's like a whole different deal. Very, very exciting. Yeah, yeehaw is right. So I'm super excited to go through this again and do another round of certification. Of course, I know a lot more now than I did then. And because it's a smaller group, it affords us a different level of attention. And anyway, it'll just be tweaked a little bit this time around. But I love the fact that the coaches from last year, a lot of them are involving themselves in the process for these new folks who might just need some support or whatever. It's just awesome. We've just created such a fantastic community. Well, yes, it's closed. I mean, if you really wanted to get in, you could. It's just that I mean, and it's not. I mean, we had people come in a week after we started last time too, I think, and it's just a matter of catching up on an assignment or two, and then you would be like listening to the recording of the call today, and and then you'd be caught up. So if you want to check it out, you still can. It's boundless. No. Yeah, go to boundlessliving.com/CERT, CERT, and that'll start the process of introducing you to what the program's about. Or you can just go to WBRcertification.com and just jump right in if you know you want to do it. Like if you sat on the fence, if you knew about it, you've been thinking about it too long, and you go, what, it closed, even though I reminded you via email about a dozen times. Thank you, Emily. So yeah, if you want to check that out, you can. I technically closed the 20% discount. There's a coupon code that you could use on the order form to get 20% off. But since you're my Periscope peeps and there's a small group of you, and if you really are interested, great. CERTME, CERTME is the promo code on the order form. It'll save you $1,000. Anyway, was I being snarky with my peeps? I didn't mean to be snarky. What did I do? I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. If you're snarky, if I was snarky, I humbly apologize. It was not my intention. I love my peeps. Okay, so so that starts today at 3 p.m. Pacific. So that'll be fun. All right, hey, and iLots has joined. Sounds like a new program from Apple. iLots. It's Ismail. Ishmael. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. Good to have you here. I was just actually wrapping up. I know. Are you in California yet? I know you're coming, but I think you said in March. So, and then my tour has me out from the 7th to the 10th next week. All right. Well, anyway, let's just connect when you get in. Even though I mailed you 1 trillion times. Okay. Yeah. Well, the whole email thing, as I've grumbled about email and all that lots of times on Periscope, because I love this so much more than sending email, because people are irritated by email, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's the way you got to get in front of people, until I can get a consistent several hundred people on my Periscopes. Which, God, how great would it be if this is the only way I had to communicate? Like I never had to send email again. Oh, my life would be awesome. All right. Success All Day has joined us at the end of the scope. So, Success All Day, did you just see it in the feed? Did you just get a notification? I'm just, well, yeah, I can tweet, but tweets are 140 characters, and emails generally take a lot longer than that to do. I will, whenever I do send an email, it does send, well, not always, but sometimes it sends out to a Twitter feed so that people can see it. I don't know. I just don't see people responding that way. You just saw a notification, dog. And Sandal walks in the room when I got a mouthful of coffee. And again, why is it that as I'm wrapping up, that's when people start to come in? I think that happens to a lot of people. Always. Okay. So anyway, so that was mostly the deal. I wanted to, because we're coming down to crunch time, because March 7th is when the tour starts, and then you got to get tickets. I forgot. If you're interested in going to check out the tour and meeting me in any one of these cities, there's a coupon code on that page when you go to buy a ticket or whatever. And I think if you write B Doyle, BDOYLE, $50 off. Come on, I'm just filled with refunds and all that. Tampa, I'm not sure. I'm not in Tampa. I'm only aware of my Northern California areas, but I do know that these things are all over the place. If you go to BobDoyleLikesThis.com/cbob and request that information there, you'll see all the different tours. You'll learn all about all the other speakers. There's videos. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. Let's do it. Let's have an event in Dallas. I've only been to Dallas one time, Austin lots of times, and that's where Lynn is. Lynn is in Austin right now, having a great time at the National Speakers Association. I was going to go, but then it didn't work out, so here I am. I miss Austin. If I hadn't met Lynn, Austin is where I'd be living right now. When does the March class voiceover start? I'm going to announce the dates on that in the next couple of days because I am traveling. I want to do at least 1 or 2 sessions before I leave on the 7th of the voiceover coaching, which that's getting started too. Super excited about that. BobDoyleVoice.com if you're interested in that. Boy, could I throw more stuff at you to remember? But anyway, yeah, that's gonna start most likely next week. But you should be in there already doing sort of the pre-work and all of that. Madrid, eh? Well, I have not ever been invited to Madrid by an organization willing to bring me out there, but when that day comes, I can seriously consider it. March is soon. Will it be in the first 2 weeks? We'll start on the first week. We'll have a preliminary meeting, hopefully 2. The way they work is the first one of the week is about Fiverr and getting set up on Fiverr, and the second one is about actual voiceover coaching. And we do this every week for 4 weeks, 2 meetings a week for 4 weeks. This is for the voiceover thing, guys. So if you have to miss 1 or 2, it's okay because everything's going to be recorded and all of that. But generally speaking, I think you're going to want to be on those live calls for the coaching as much as possible because that's a huge part of what the course is about, is getting the actual coaching on how you read and all that. So that starts next week too. I know I got certification, Balanced Living certification, and the voice thing going on, and the tour. When do those start again? When do what start again? When do what start again? I don't know what you mean. You mean the? Do you mean like the next round of course after this one is done? The coaching will start as part of the course. So let's just say I don't have a calendar in front of me, but like the first week of March, let's say it's March 1st. I do we have one meeting, and it's all about beginning to get yourself set up on Fiverr, and that's all we're talking about at that point, and the benefits and the mechanics of doing that. And then the next one in that week, let's say the 3rd or the 4th. We have another one, and then that's all about us doing live voiceover coaching with actual scripts and finding your voice and working on your read and the whole thing. So that's what we'll be doing. So that's how it'll work, and we'll be playing with different time zones. The voiceover class will be on Zoom. Zoom.us is a sort of a video conferencing platform, and so we'll all be able to meet virtually in a room. We'll each see each other. We'll all be able to hear each other and interact, and that's the best way, I think, for coaching. All of that will be recorded, and every participant will have access to the recording so they can review their coaching and the coaching of others, plus everything that we talk about setting up Fiverr and all of that. So there'll be video recordings of everything we do through the Zoom platform, which is free, and you can run it on your phone, your tablet, your Mac, or your PC. So it's super, super easy to use, and it'll work on anything. That's why I chose it, as opposed to like Google Hangouts, which is the biggest headache known to man. All right. Well, this was a cozy little meeting, wasn't it? I think that's all I have to say at this time. My commitment, even though people don't seem to be wanting to show up, is to do a ukulele scope today. I was going to do one yesterday, but my daughter came and visited, and so I spent the day with her instead of doing a broadcast. But I am really super committed to, I've said before, going back out into LA, doing live ukulele open mics, but I kind of get to get my chops back and my nerves back, and I thought Periscope's a great way to do that. So at some point today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on Periscope, and I'm gonna set up my iPad with some of the songs that I used to do on open mics that used to be like my set, and then try to relearn them and get back into the groove and get over myself in terms of the nerves and just whatever feedback. I mean, if there's 2 people on here, it's at least playing for somebody. So I've got that mindset of performance that I need to have. So I'd love it if later on today, if you see something that says ukulele scope, that you pop in. It's going to be super informal, and nothing's going to be perfect. It's all about getting back into shape. So that means there'll be mistakes and all sorts of stuff. But it'll be fun. And I'll get over, and I'm going to try some fun, weird technology too. So, I always have to tweak to see if I can jazz up the sound or do something cutting edge on Periscope or Blab, a uke scope. Yep. Well, yeah, perfection would be boring, wouldn't it? All right. Thank you, Emily. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go, and I got a little bit more actual voiceover work to do today. And then it's Friday, you know, and I really have been doing a lot of nonstop work. And so I really kind of want to take it easy and relax today, have fun. I've got the certification call at 3, which will be fun. And then I think ukulele scope. So stay tuned for that if possible. All right, thanks you guys for being here. It's nice of you to show up and spend this little segment of your day with me. Hopefully we can invite some followers and get the followership up. Just not sure what's happening on that one. But anyway, all right, you guys, love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night.